Okay, I have harvested my first, actually it's not my first cuke, it's my first properly shaped and developed cuke. Mister's out here raking up these spots that the bunnies have destroyed in the yard. So he's got a big piles of dead grass where the bunnies have been in the yard. Here's Kimberly, the third of the three. I think might be trying to blush. There's Walona, trying to do well. She putting up a fight. This is Rose, my red onions. I guess red and green onions if I'm using the green tops for that. String beans that we're about to go look at from the inside that are helping my privacy. I gotta hurry because I got 5 minutes left on this. There's my cuke I just harvested. Amara she's going back to her redness as the temperatures drop. So she kind of blushed to green and now it's getting cooler. So she's blushing back to red. Esther still has not blushed to red for me. Yellow, Sweet Mini Belle orange. That is flourishing. That is not. The yellow is not. Same thing here. This one was the yellow. And these two are the orange. And they want to have fruit on them from in these cells. How about that? Oh, this is my sweet potato leaf that I'm growing for its aesthetics. I'm going to put that inside. And string beans. Kimberly's baby. These look like they want to blush. They might actually be ready to go for fried green tomatoes. Here's another. There's another. So she might be okay. Let me flip her around now. Cut this because I like to cut off these flowering branches when they have flowered and no fruit is going to come of them. Anyway, this is my cuke that decided to get its life together. See how it's recovering? Now that I let it stretch out, I pruned it back, and so it stopped stunting the growth of all the cucumbers. So now they're stretching out nicely. Jachère hasn't flowered anymore, but she does have several flowering buds on her. So I'm letting her do her thing. More string beans. Harvest all of these. More string beans. Kimberly. This one is still filling out. I may come in, if there are no flowers on the end of this, yeah, I think I'll cut that off. So yeah, I cut this whole flowering tip off because there's no fruit that's gonna come off of that. I don't want it to waste any energy. More string beans, this one and this one. They seem to have gotten bushier. They might be ready for another round. Because my intentions were to pull all these and put in my kahunas. Red romaine, which you can barely see. This butter crunch is really nice. I wish I had more for Mr. Sister, but I don't. This might be 2 carrots even. Several of the carrots are ready, I think. Here's Sunny. Grab a spider web. Y'all know I like to eat these right off the plant. Delicious. Purple sprouting broccoli is doing amazing things right now that the temperatures have dropped, and cabbage moth season is gone. Verbena, she looked like she grew like 6 inches since yesterday. Everything is everything, ain't it? This is where I harvested that cucumber from. You can see the leaves are even bigger. The fruit is meatier. It has plenty of room to branch out. So these are supposed to get like 4 feet tall, but they're still climbing. No peas. No peas. These snow peas are no peas. Cut that off. Pull it out. I think I'm about to scalp this Flourishing again. 2 Amara. I need to come harvest them too. This one and this one, as well as these green ones down here. I said I was going to do it yesterday and I didn't, and this happened. So this is a season that the callaloo grows and grows and grows and grows. Ajvarsky. It's a whole jungle. Be wondering how I get back there. This is how it looks, and it is thriving. Beautiful, right? So there's Amara, and Cher, and my Ajvarskis back there. I have my Floridade back there. My Snow PTP, Snow PTP, and my Privy Cukes climbing the fence there. It's really beautiful. I done good. I done good. I still don't feel like I'm getting enough food from everything, but I done good. I'm happy. Oh, you can see these seeds, these callaloo seeds coming up in this trench here. So here's the brick bed with sprinkles of Yeezy. Actually, the sprinkles of Yeezy look really pretty popping up against the green, don't it? Really pretty. I have my two Amara, which I have harvested, so I can leave those alone for a while to be great. I have my Crimberly on either side. I'm going to replace both of those and maybe replace them with the Floridade. Make sure I don't put it out here until it's ready to be great. I was going to replace the third Swiss chard that was over here. Put in a couple more collards, maybe a couple more sugar beets, not sure. This, when I cut this, it did this weird thing. Look at that. And then started leaking juice. I'm gonna cut it even again. See if that doesn't fix it. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know. But yeah, here's Crimberly again. Did she have some more fruit coming? I don't know. Our pollinators are really on hiatus. You know, I get it. They're playing with the weather. Man is playing with the weather, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I don't think I remembered on the episode that.
They know how to get out of it.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh man, it's so nice. So much work can get done. Maybe not though. It might be okay. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so let me get a good harvest in, right? I don't have any more camera space anyway. Okay, I'm gonna start moving fast because I want to get a lot of shit done right now. I hit my CBD and I want to be productive, and I hit it monstrously. So, in fact, what was you doing? You were doing something. What? What were you doing though? Oh, I know you were doing something. What was you doing? What were you doing? You tried it. You tried it though, girl. Okay, what did I come in for? Ah, for that thing. Now, let's get. Really? I lost the bowl that fast? Are you kidding me? I really just lost the bowl, y'all. And put what? Where though? I didn't put it in here, did I? No, I didn't put it in the fridge. Yo, y'all not gonna believe where I put the doggone bowl. You're not gonna believe it. I put the bowl in the mouth of the bubbler. Child, what is going on with me? Oh, these are seeds from that premature yellow watermelon that split. So it did come up, it did create a few seeds. Glad to see. Normally I would take my seeds and put them on parchment paper, but you know, melon seeds are large enough where I thought this would be fine. And it is fine, but I don't like peeling them up from this paper towel like this. Anyway, when I harvested the seeds, more of them were kind of white-ish like this. And I am of the belief, because of what happened when I planted my melons this year, I'm of the belief that the little white seeds are duds. They're no good for creating a plant. So there were about 20 black seeds, about 15 black seeds that were in this bunch that will probably make me a melon. So I'm going to keep those for my melon seeds because the person that sent me seeds only sent me 10. Let me correct that. The person from whom I purchased seeds only sent 10. They were selling them in by the tens. And so they literally sent me 10 with no extra seeds. I feel some kind of way about that, but the reality is I know I can't feel some kind of way about that because they sold me what they said they were selling. It's just that most people put a few extra seeds in there just in case. Like, who doesn't do that? Well, apparently y'all, and apparently people who could jar melon seeds. But anyway, are they self-pollinating, y'all? I'll find out. Anyway. Okay, so we're about to kick off a little garden tour. I've wasted so much camera time. This is Walona doing really well. I'm folding her branches back up into the pot because it's the safest way to protect the melons that might potentially show up. I might let this one go ahead and go in here. My red onions, I have a few tips ready to harvest, which I'll need shortly. Kimberly, Mara is doing great things. I might just harvest her whole side branches. Purple tree collar on either side here, doing great, no damage. Cabbage moth season is a wrap, glad to see it. I'm still waiting on the eldest of these to turn. This is Esther. Her mom finally got some act right. I guess the season, between the temperatures cooling down and me pruning off all those wrinkly leaves completely, she's getting her act together. By now, most of y'all recognized one of the new peppers I'm growing this season. These are Tom Thumb peas, and these are nice already. I decided to let them go ahead and just grow into fruition and get old and give me seeds for next year. Because I don't know that I'll want to grow them even ever again, which is why I let the seeds just sit there for years anyway. But who knows, maybe I'll have a little indoor setup that can grow all those peas. Who knows? Maybe I could just have an indoor setup where every time a batch is ready, then that's what I'll have for dinner. And I let that determine our actual dinners. Wouldn't that be something? I'm moving the water. That's why you probably got cuts all through this particular vlog here now. My string beans, I gave them all some water yesterday and they seem to recover. You know what? I feel like they keep hearing me threaten to replace them because they getting replaced, one way or another. So they might as well go on and do what they gonna do. I ain't had time for that. I gave y'all opportunity. I don't have time for that. This Maureen, look how voluptuous them leaves are. That's how it's supposed to look. Kimberly's baby. This is the one I put in a small pot just to see what it would do. And it did well in a small pot. It's producing. It's not prolific, but it's producing. Purple tree collard. So here are more string beans. Purple sprout and broccoli. Sunny, y'all know I like to graze on her. Fresh off the plant. And in fact, only fresh off the plant is the way that I like her to eat her. That I like to graze on her. What you'll notice is this was the last one on a bunch stem, and I like to remove the bunch stem so that it doesn't take any nutrients from the next upcoming fruit. And cut it off. Because even though this has nothing on it, it's green and it's a stem. It's a stem. You can only imagine that when the nutrients come up into the plant from the roots, and they get to this branch that still has green on it somewhere, it's probably not going to skip this branch. It's probably still going to send some nutrients into it. So I don't want this taking any nutrients from any developing fruit. But yeah, Sunny's doing well. She's got a lot of new fruit coming in. Look at that. Look at the size of that too. I can't wait to see if this lives up to what I expect it to taste like, y'all, because if it does. String beans again. Bina. She got big enough for her next size collar. Find some gray with gray or silver with purple in it, or just do gray silver again, because she was cute like that. It looks real empty right there because I've scalped the callaloo. Not only did I scalp the callaloo, I scalped her sister too. I scalped Amara as well. You can see. Sometimes when I cut these branches, like they snap off easily, but when I cut them, sometimes they split like that. I think that's how the that particular species of plant heals itself. That's its own process of healing. That's what I think. Because the ancestors be speaking to me, and that's what they tell me. So that's gonna be the assumption on that, huh? This is Cher. She's doing really, really great. And the more I prune her back, the thicker her fruit gets, y'all. Oh, it ain't ready. But yeah, look how thick it gets now. When I prune that hoe back. Yeah, when I put Sunny over here, I'm gonna chop the hell out of her. But yeah, that's my Edgevarsky. I have two back there. I'm pretty sure a ton of callaloo seeds have dropped now, cause she's been flowered. These I didn't let flower. I continue to harvest from them aggressively, and the more aggressively you harvest, the more aggressively she grows back. All of them I chopped down to sticks, just like this. Even this baby down here. Yep. These should have been snow peas. There's supposed to be some heirloom snow peas that I grew once, and I said I wasn't gonna grow them again because they were tough. They were really tough, and the flowers were really pretty. They were purple, so I liked that, of course. If I was supposed to get some nice tender snow peas, but they were really big but really tough. Here are all my cucumbers. I have a ton of them. Don't. That's two right there. And flowers still popping off. So there's the brick bed. On the brick bed, there is Swiss chard, sugar beets, one of my new favorite greens, sugar beet, two of Amara, which is replenishing herself with the side branches, string beans. My new plants are coming right up. They came up in a day or two. My violas kind of sucked this year, but I made them share space with carrots, so I get it. They're rebelling. I need to prune them back, and I haven't been deadheading them like I should either. The verbena is popping up nicely. Here's Maureen struggling back here, really struggling back here. She does not like this bed, and I will not force her to grow in this bed again. There's other stuff that could be flourishing in this bed while she is professing her disdain for it. These carrots are probably pretty much ready. Let me pull one of these. Okay, it's a little carrot, something, a little something, another. Yeah, but God, apparently carrots can go all doggone season because this thing has plenty more growing to do. Oh, and this one, Esther back here has finally started uh, fruiting. So she finally has some fruit on her. And I will get to see what they look and taste like for real, for real. More and more black cherry tomatoes coming in. I'm going to wait until they're ripe to harvest them. But yeah, it's like this time of year going into fall when your tomatoes are ripening is a good time to really scalp them back because, and nobody practices this and nobody says to practice this, but this is what Let me correct. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you either. I'm just going to tell you what I do and what I find in my control testing is that pruning the hell out of them. You prune them as they grow anyway, and I'm going to do a whole video on that. Y'all thank Botanical Bay for that because she knows I do strong pruning on my tomatoes, and she asked how I go about it and my technique. And I don't mind showing her. And I don't mind showing her because someone asked me to do a video about how I grow my tomatoes like a couple of years ago, and I did the video and they didn't come by and check the video out, and so I deleted it. Don't make no request for me to do something and I do it, and you know what it takes to make a video in this era. Everybody know what it takes to make a video in this era, and a video that's edited and arranged for the propagation of tomatoes, and you didn't check it out, girl, no. Somebody who's not a subscriber, mind you. And if they are subscribed, not an active subscriber, which I don't require. I do not require. Okay? And I don't have any less respect for you. But I'm also not going to bend over my backwards just putting in work for your ass just because you request me to do it and you ain't invested in me in no kind of way, emotionally or financially. Girl, bye. So yeah, share Edgevarsky now that you can see them because I've harvested my callaloo and froze it. Y'all be so proud of me. I harvested, washed it, cut it, and froze it. Yay me, yay me. Cucumbers for everybody. Okay, share. I see you shining. I've pruned so much on this side that you can just straight see the fruit clean on, head on. So I'm glad I did it that way. So all of the foliage is falling over the cage this way deliberately, but I want it to fall just so that the last of the fruit is what just stops before it hits the ground. She's still very mild, and I like that. Still very sweet, non-acidic, like 100% non-acidic. This is the tomato I wanted Mister to try, y'all, to see if it messed with his stomach. But we're living in an era where I don't want to take no chances with nobody's health, so that kind of went out the window. I ain't mad. We're taking precautions. Look, all the fruit. You can just see all the fruit. The old green bean plants that I'm mulching with. You can't tell. It just looked like I threw it down there, which I did just throw it down there. But that's how I'm going about mulching with my old string bean plants. Or late season mulching. That's what I do in the late season is mulch with my spent string bean plants. I do a lot of different stuff, y'all. And it's all guided by the ancestors. But look how it turns out. Shit. Although I have my fails. But I'm about to get to work. So you can see I have my camera set up out here. So y'all might actually join me. Oh, here's Peppa. She and Reggie too. They decided to just suddenly be great. Just out of nowhere. Hey, let's do it's August. Let's give some food. Sedity assholes. Uh-uh. Okay, I see you. I see you. This is Opal Vitiligo. I see you out here, girl. Here are my other cucumbers. Doing amazing shit. Doing amazing shit. Let me take this one off. Because it has a yellow booty. When they have a yellow booty, they can come on off. Because they got stunted somehow. And they're starting to ripen already. Over-ripen already. I got another one. This one I'm getting to in perfect timing, though. Not much yellow. Same. See how all these things, though, were rounded like little balls? This is what it's supposed to grow like. Vines are supposed to be climbing. All those got room to be great now, but these not so much. I'll chomp on them while we chat. I know it's okay for the most part, but the ancestors are just not guiding me to eat stuff out the garden without washing it to some capacity. Like some things, like little cherry tomatoes, can be finger washed. The cucumbers can be hand washed. Oh, that don't look right. But anyway, that's how you hand wash your tomato. You wipe all the black prickles off, and in the event that you picked it in its young sweet stage, brush the prickles off, and then you give it a hand job. That's how you clean your cucumbers. When you're grazing in the garden and you don't have no water. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Purple sprouting broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli. Now see, this is why I believe if I have a purple sprouting broccoli in its own pot to leave to its own defenses, I believe that it will give me larger leaves. I do. All right, let me put this camera down and get some work done. Love y'all though. So I decided to go ahead and make this a quick video on how not to. Again, I'm not giving you instruction. I'm sharing my experience for those who are receptive to ancestral lessons. There. So I told you guys this is a cucumber I kind of ruined. I had this whole trellis, see this teepee trellis for the cucumber to climb this year, and it would not climb. But it looked so nice in a cute little bush that I let it do what it do, and it started latching onto itself and just creating a really dense bush that was not good for the plant at all. So all of its vines kept growing, but it kept growing into itself, therefore stunting all my cucumbers so that they all came out in little balls, much like that, right? They all got squished and contorted and misshapen. So that is a good way to misshapen your produce, is to be afraid to prune it when it needs to breathe, when it needs to stretch, when it needs to its flowers exposed so that the pollinators can see it and get to and pop shit off. So what I did was I came out and with you guys, in fact, we pruned a lot of these vines out and gave the existing ones with fruit on them room to eat, drink, and evolve. And so they have been. So in over the course of literally 3 days, all of this fruit is starting to come on, which makes me now hesitate to pull it like I need to and plant my fall plants in this bed as I intended to. Jashir is still budding. See? Dry. I did not water her. I did not do it. She's looking lush and heavy and of course feeling nice and thick. I know visually she appears to be sagging, but that's how this plant operates. Kind of like a sumac plant looks when it's doing great. The leaves look like they're hanging and thirsty when in fact they are actually their healthiest. And it does have a few yellowing leaves on it, but I'm thinking these are the natural yellowing leaves that just die off eventually. But anywho, once the branch is spent that used to have fruit on it, or flowers at least, that needs to come off. Oops. Oh, it looked like it was gonna come off easily, but snap off, but it didn't. So see that? It had fruit, flowers, and or fruit on it at one point. No longer. Oh, another cautionary tale. I told you, if I told you once, I told you 800 times. Do not harvest anything that you are not ready to process. Waste of food. Shit, I can't let that happen too many more times, because that thing is going to fall right off. I keep trying to tuck it inside the wire. There we go. I wonder if I could revive these leaves. I'm so mad at myself for this. Still need to cut these greens off and use them to mulch. That's right, folks. I mulch with my carrot greens. I might just edit that out so as not to confuse things. Because as mentioned and demonstrated repeatedly, I certainly do things differently. I need to take this carrot in, take that moringa in. And why shouldn't I have some fried green tomatoes today? I want some fried green tomatoes, my own self, people. I feel like this one can go here. And let's get one from down here. Look how nice the yard looks. Mr. B on it. You can see it was about to start turning, so we'll have this one. No, these aren't big enough, I don't think. Another cucumber ready over here, though. I'm so proud of this pepper, y'all. I'm so proud of this pepper. Did you still drink? She still drank up all that water? Golly, girl. I cannot wait to put her ass in the ground next year. She gonna do so amazing. She gonna grow exactly like Cher. She gonna grow exactly like Cher in the ground. I can't wait. I'm gonna have some nice big fruit on her too. And she gonna be the first one I get in said ground. So she can just thrive and do her thing too. Bina doing her thing again. Oh, let's go look in the front. Oh, my Tom Thumb peas. Moving very quickly. Probably would move even faster if I would harvest these, but I'm not gonna harvest them because I want seeds from them. Same here. Got 3 on that one. And these peppers really showed out. It wasn't no reason for them to thrive and be great, but that's exactly what the hell they chose to do this season. From these little cells. Child, get down. So I could have me fried green tomatoes. It's still hard, but we're gonna see what it tastes like as a fried green tomato though. So we're gonna go figure out how we're gonna fry these up. I'm gonna come back, fold that bag over, collect those seeding heads in at least. I can't do that with a camera in my hand. See how this one was about to blush? I felt like this one wasn't far behind, but who knows? Who knows? Here's the verbena, doing very well. Basil. It really loved its pruning, as you can see. And oregano over here. And they're doing well. I think I can pull these. That's kind of. And there's the amaranth that I just did a quick show of you because it sounded like somebody was either walking or about to come by. But anywho, there's the amaranth and it's leaning out toward the sun. I should flip it around, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it lean out from that post just like that. Look, it looks like a little a man stalk with a branch penis and holding his 2 branch arms out. That's his hands. Like the stem is his arms, and then that bouquet of leaves at the end, that's his hands. And he's standing there with his hands in the air and his penis branch right there. It's like he's saying, hands up, I'ma shoot. That ain't all that's up there, cuz. Red bone, cuz. It smell good. Got cilantro all over my hand. Here's the purple sprouting broccoli doing amazing things indoors. You can see it has grown 4 more leaves since the last time y'all saw it last week. And I haven't used them, so they're still there. There's Mr. Money Tree. He's been negligent. Bad plant dad. Same thing with this ginseng. Bad plant dad. But he still keeps me laced with my flowers. Good husband. These are dead though. So they going on their 3rd week. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to put a Swiss chard over on the side. I'm going to go plant those in the brick bed. Same thing with this. I wanted to pull it up because I'm going to grow collards instead. Oh yeah, I'm getting that one. God dog. Oh, God dog. Hostas don't be playing. Hostas don't be playing. So I don't know what kind of roots is under there on that one. I'm going to have to dig in there because I don't want it to show back up. Y'all. Ooh. Hostas be for real, for real. Bro. Here's my sweet potato leaf vine. Ain't that pretty? Sweet Caroline. We calling her Carrie. Hey, Carrie. Put that over there. So, oh, this is oregano. See how flimsy and lanky it gets indoors? Don't hold your breath trying to grow oregano indoors unless you have a grow set up. Don't hold your breath in the winter. Don't hold your breath on a window grow. Oh, what else I was gonna do? Oh, Swiss chard, seed heads, and start dinner. Right.